We're live.
And we're live? It never says it on my screen. It just says, like, loading. Eric, this is why we need you on the podcast. You need to trim that, like, 30 seconds. Whenever you're the host, like, I don't see that. Eric is going to... I'm doing, like, a time clap for Eric to cut all this now. Hello, everyone.
No,
good
this
evening.
stays in.
The awkward breaks of death. There should be, like, a compilation. Now it says we're live.
You've been live for 40 seconds.
It says I've just started going live, so I'm going to say to hell with both of you.
Cut.
Welcome to Reality Hour. I'm Adam Samuel. Today we are talking week 3 of Dancing with the Stars. I was absent last week, so thanks Eric for filling in my absence. And yeah, we got the whole crew here. I guess I'll throw it to Grace real quick. How you doing, Grace?
I'm doing okay. My church had confirmation. That's why I'm wearing red. So 76 young people have been sealed with the Holy Spirit. And now we are here to talk about Motown Night. And it was not nearly as bad as I thought it would be, honestly.
Well, we also have Eric. How you doing, Eric?
I'm doing good, and I'll say I was not planning on being here, so I did not watch any of her performances. So what's gonna happen is Grace and Adam are gonna talk. I'm gonna silently mock them, and then we will get to the end of the episode where we'll talk about next week's stuff, Disney Night, which I'm very excited about because I will be watching that one because that one at least has to be somewhat interesting.
But yes. All I could say is this, it's not a good season for me.
I'm the one who lost a contestant this week, but...
Yeah, but I think the writing's on the wall here. I mean, watching some of these performances this week, you guys have like a predicted winner. I know it's like week 3, but do you have anyone you've got your eye on? I'll just go first. I personally think Jason Mraz is my guess to win.
He's definitely looking more and more like the one to beat. But,
who doesn't like Jason Mraz?
Last week my question was, am I going to have 3 people in the final 4 or am I going to have 4? And I think I might actually have 4.
What about you, Eric? I know you're like in and out, but is there someone you're kind of rooting for?
Keeping in mind that I did not watch anything this week, and I'm only talking about what I saw last week, I think Jason Mraz is a pretty strong candidate to win.
He was tied for number 1 again, 2nd week in a row.
Yeah, he's the man. But let's. Yeah. Do we have any headlines we want to get into before we kind of get into the actual performances?
Well, we mentioned this before. Actually, we've been talking about this, but American Idol season 14 winner Nick Fradiani has been promoted. He was the understudy for Neil then in A Beautiful Noise, which is a Neil Diamond biographical jukebox musical that's been running on Broadway for almost a year. He's been understudying that under Will Swenson, who is Audra McDonald's husband. But Will is leaving the show at the end of the month, and Nick is stepping into the lead role full time. So I think the 3 of us are trying to get another get together going.
I'd be down. I'm trying to go see Shucked, which Grace has introduced me to the lottery. So that's now a thing in my life.
In October, if for no other reason, because they have candy corn on their playbills, and I will forever be team candy corn.
Candy corn's nasty.
Candy corn is great.
Eric, you're the tiebreaker. Candy corn, yay or nay?
Candy corn. I could recite Lewis Black's routine about candy corn from memory.
All right.
Candy corn that tastes like candy, except doesn't taste like candy. It tastes like S.
Well, there you go. I think that's the deal breaker there.
I will forever be on that team. And also, unfortunately, this is some bad news. Season 27 contestant Mary Lou Retton, formerly known as America's Sweetheart, apparently is battling a rare form of pneumonia. She is in intensive care, unable to breathe on her own. So hopefully things start to look up for her, but I'm not really sure if they will.
Oh, boy. All right. Well, let's get into the actual performances, shall we?
Yes.
All right.
shall.
So, first off, Barry Williams and PETA doing a tango. Grace is already dancing.
I'm gonna impersonate what Michael Strahan was doing during every dance. Also, like, when I found out they were doing Get Ready and then I knew they were first, I was like, that makes sense, because the first performance of the night is usually reserved for something fun and upbeat, and Get Ready by the Temptations fits the bill nicely.
This guy's not winning. He's basically a free week for everyone else at some point.
Yeah, I mean, it was better than last week, but barely. And also, I didn't think this was a good song choice for a tango, but I don't pick the routines. So maybe I should just let that go. No pun intended. Actually, yes, pun intended.
There you go.
Thankfully, nobody's doing that song next week. Again, it was just a safe routine. Didn't have any catastrophic mistakes and will not stand out in any way. I mean, 6s across the board. I'm ignoring the guest judge, although normally I give the guest judges benefit of the doubt, but when Michael Strahan called Barry a matador is Paso Doble. Like, that's the moment when I just decided to ignore Strahan for the rest of the episode. And I will still lobby for him to be a contestant next season, because I would want that. I've wanted that for a while now.
Eric, what do you think?
He didn't watch it.
We need to have him like watch the performance like live and give like a live hot take and be like, it sucked.
You know what? What I want you to do while this happens. Both of you can decide. What's the one performance from this episode I need to see? You can both nominate one. If it's different, I'll watch both.
Well, since it's the one contestant on my team with a snowball's chance in hell, I'm going to go with Lele,
but she's next.
Who cares? I'll come back. I'm just going to turn my video off and my audio off. Who's the other person I should watch?
Go, Jason.
Okay, I will watch those two, and I'll be back on in a moment.
Okay. Lele's next.
Lele's next. So maybe, I guess, well,
but yeah,
let's talk Lele. Oh,
Lele,
boy.
Super freak. Who knew that Rick James was signed to Motown? I didn't. Well, because like my complaint about Motown Night on Idol is very similar to Dancing with the Stars' complaints about Disney Night on this show. We usually get the same songs over and over and over and over again, but I don't think I've ever heard Super Freak. Well, although part of it is because it's a family show and that is not a family song.
I don't know. I can only speak to the contestant. Do you think she has a shot to win, Grace?
A small one. I think she could make the finale. A lot of people are pulling for her. I'm not really sure if she can win, especially if, like, because Brandon wanted her to be more refined and more controlled, because the judges all talked about that last season, or last week. Last season, she wasn't even there. And I don't really think it paid off, at least not for what I was looking for. But she also, I don't think she's done a ball. Actually, she did a tango. But, like, when she gets to more serious dances, and she will, next week, she actually has a rumba. Like, the rumba's one where she needs to work on that control if it's not next week. If it's sooner down the line. Because I think she's going to be... I do think she's going to go pretty far, but she does have a lot to work on. It's not always going to be fun and fire.
She has cut right before the finale vibes.
That's what I was thinking. I was thinking 5th, maybe 4th at best.
But you know who's not going to make it to 4th? Mauricio and Emma.
But hey, he did work his way back.
Yeah, but this guy's not winning.
Well, I mean, first week he was in the bottom 2. Last week he forgot the dance and got the lowest score of the episode. This was better. At least he didn't forget the routine, but just, again, not all that memorable. But some people were upset that he was the only one to give a shout out to Israel, and it just was never mentioned on the show again. But, I mean, I'm happy somebody did. And I think that probably brought in some votes for him.
Well, let's keep going. Who do we have next? Who's up next?
Before we move on to Jason, like, why did Carrie Ann give them a 7? Like, she gave them a 7, and then Derek and Bruno gave them 5s. Oh, yeah. Derek was... Did you watch the judges at all last night?
No.
Derek was, like, way more critical than the other two. And I don't know what happened. Like, some people were thinking that he's lobbying to be head judge. But I don't know.
Well, I don't know if Erica's back yet, but we're up to Jason and Daniela. Daniela, you want to jive? Yeah, he's not on my team, and I want him to win. Again, who doesn't like Jason Mraz? It's like Andy Grammer was like the Jason Mraz archetype, and this year we actually have Jason Mraz. Like, you know.
Well, the thing is, Eric, right on time. So the thing with Jason is, I was actually kind of nervous because I know Jive is tough, and Do You Love Me is a pretty fast song. It's a great song, but it is a fast song. I know he got the first 9s of the season. I initially didn't think it was that great, but I'm also not the judges. I mean, well, as far as Jason goes, like, he's still one of the better dancers here. Easily the best of the guys. A lot of people love him. But I didn't think this was his best routine, personally. But I still like it.
This was the highest of the night, though, right?
It was tied for number 1, and he was tied for number 1 last week, too. So he's the only one to lead 2 weeks so far. So he's kind of looking like the front runner.
Eric, we got your flash opinion of his performance.
Okay. So Lele was good. I mean, but both of them were good, I will say. Jason Mraz, the routine was better. And quite frankly, yeah, he's good. I mean, he should win probably at this point. I mean, unless something dramatic changes, he should win. And here's the thing: I don't like his music very much. I don't actually. I think some of his songs annoy me. And having said that, doesn't matter. Easily, yeah, that was pretty good. So that's what I'll say. There's my flash opinion. By the way, none of you noticed the hashtag everyday I'm buffering joke, did you?
I saw it.
Okay, great.
We're not talking about that. We're moving
I'm glad we're not.
to Allison and Sasha.
Mountain high enough. This is another song we hear every American Idol Motown.
Why'd you stop? I thought we were gonna have a moment.
Because we don't want copyright strikes.
I don't know. I don't think they're gonna notice it was our voice singing.
It doesn't matter. So Allison was actually sick. Apparently, she's on Tuesday morning. She was at 2:00 in the morning. She was laying on her bathroom floor. That's how bad it was. And she apparently missed some rehearsal time because of it, which, I mean, everyone gets sick, but most of the fans don't care. They want to see a good dance. Why did they start this dance in a boat? Like, what was the purpose of the boat?
You can't ride a boat up a dragon or a spaceship. I don't know.
It's ain't no mountain high enough. How do you get a boat up a mountain?
Maybe the boat had wings. It was like a magic
rivers that flow down mountains.
Yeah, Grace.
I think.
Who's to say they were going up? Maybe they're going down.
Oh yeah, there's the ain't no river wide enough line. Anyway, I digress. It was, I mean, she is improving. I'll say that much. A lot of people think that because they didn't actually reveal the bottom 2. But she was one of the last 3 left. It was Tyson, Harry, and Allison, and they just sent the person home. So a lot of people are thinking that she was the one in the bottom 2 because Harry's got all this TikTok ammo. I can't really say for sure. But I don't know. Adam, do you think that Harry or Allison round out the bottom 2?
All I know is that neither of them are winning.
Oh, not a chance. But she is growing, and that's one of the things I like about this show is that we get a better growth arc from the contestants. I'm not sure if it's going to be enough, though.
It's something we kind of miss on American Idol with, like, the wild cuts. Like, you know, you can have some growth arcs. You know, people could go up and down. Or
you think Idol is bad?
Somebody can just come out of nowhere.
I think Idol is bad?
Sorry, what was that?
No, Idol of all the singing shows, Idol's the best one left, which is not saying much, but
I think Dancing with the Stars has the best format.
Well,
of all
At
the
least you
shows?
get to spend more time with the contestants, than
well,
just.
they also like Dancing with the Stars just starts with live shows right out of the gate. There's no
Yeah.
auditions, there's no Hollywood week.
Yeah,
So it's kind of an unfair comparison.
correct. Grace is correct on that.
Whatever. Let's talk about Tyson, or should we not?
Our eliminated contestant.
And Grace's first casualty.
I figured it
Womp
was going to
womp.
be him.
Womp
I
womp.
really did. Because Harry has been picking up all this ammo on TikTok, and my other 4, I think, will probably be the final 4. But yeah, jamming, because that's the song he did. He did Master Blaster by Stevie Wonder. This was their first dance in frame, but I think they were out of frame more than they were in it. So I don't know if Jenna just didn't really like it. There were a lot of mistakes, straight 5s. He got eliminated. I'm not really that upset.
When Derek says you're having fun, that's
not a
not a good sign.
That's
like
the
when on
judges
American Idol they
struggling.
say you look beautiful.
That's like the Paula Abdul school of struggling to say something nice.
I honestly, I think we need to rename that school because, since Paula, I mean, what I'll say is when Paula came back to Idol as a guest judge last year, she actually offered the first somewhat logical critique of any judge in the entirety of the past 6 years of Idol. So there's that. It's really, what I'm saying is it's really bad when Paula is like the good judge compared to the other
okay.
two.
There were outstanding circumstances during her original time on Idol. And then we don't discuss X Factor. So You Think You Can Dance, I thought she was great, but that's a different show.
Yes. Anyway.
Let's talk about Charity. Who I think is probably going to be in the finale. I think Jason and Charity are 2 people so far that we've talked about that going to be here for the long run. And neither of them are on my team. So there's that.
Yeah, so nice to see Artem back. He had COVID last week. And I know Charity was very happy about that. I did like the idea of, because they did My Girl, and Charity is allegedly getting married. We'll use quotes because nobody from The Bachelor ever ends up getting married anymore. Nobody. And she was thinking, they have before.
Eric with the burns.
I'm pretty sure Dancing with the Stars has produced more successful couples than this show.
Yikes.
Than The Bachelor. Anyway, but no, when I found out Motown Night was the theme, I figured My Girl was going to be done. It's a classic. My dad used to sing it to me when I was younger.
You'd say, what can make me?
Why are you snapping on 1 and 3? You're killing me over here.
So you do it. You do it better than me.
Da, 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 da. Okay, anyway,
Eric
one of
should
my
join in.
favorites of the night. I thought they looked great. Everything worked.
How many couples has American Idol produced?
2 that I can think of. Diana and Ace, Gabby and Cade.
That's 2 more than The Bachelor has.
I'm sure The Bachelor's made some successful something.
3 maybe. 3 maybe.
Grace?
I don't watch The Bachelor.
All right, I'm going to
And I
text
never
someone who does
will.
watch The Bachelor while we're talking. I'm gonna put an estimate of 8 couples that are still have worked out from The Bachelor.
I know it's less than that, but continue.
Okay. Anyway, Adam, talk about Charity.
One sec, I'm texting someone about Bachelor.
Oh my
Charity's
God.
probably going to be top 3.
Yeah, I think so too.
How many couples from The Bachelor/Bachelorette are still together? I'm going with 8.
How many of them actually get married?
Myra and Gleb.
Mira.
One day I'll get it right.
Yeah, it'll be the
As of 2023, there have
Going
been
with 8.
27 seasons of The
Eight.
Bachelor,
Eight.
with 5 couples still together. The Bachelorette has had 19 seasons, and 4 couples are still together.
That's
The
9 total.
The franchises have a combined success rate of 19%.
You
That
know
sounds
what?
right.
That's 19%. Anyway, just wanted to say that there is a show more pointless than this one. So,
What, in your opinion, Eric, is the most pointless show?
based on that
Singer?
statistic, I would say The Bachelor probably is the most pointless show.
Wasn't there like a Bachelor in Paradise show?
Yes, and now there's the Golden Bachelor with an old person and a bunch of old people.
Grace is hating on the elderly.
No, I'm not hating on the elderly, but
That seemed kind of.
I don't know, like. Okay, let's get back to Dancing with the Stars.
We were talking about Mira.
Yeah.
If it ever becomes a Bachelor podcast, then I'm out.
Would you talk The Bachelor, Eric?
How much are you paying me?
We'll pay you in, I don't know, bad jokes.
No, not enough. Sorry.
It doesn't matter how much you pay me. I'm still not watching that trash.
Whatever. Who's next? Who are we talking about next?
Mira. Okay, now, when I found out they were doing a Rumba to Let's Get It On, I was somehow praying that Gleb would not make this an overly sexual routine. He did. That's what he does. And this is a song about sex. So,
Grace.
I mean, you can't deny
Wait,
this
wait,
is.
I'm gonna pause for a second, Grace.
oh boy.
You thought there was a chance in hell that 2 people doing a dance to Let's Get It On would be anything?
Yeah,
but
Grace. I mean, it kind of.
that's on you.
Oh no, actually the worst was, and I don't know if either of you two remember this, season 6 of American Idol, it was top 20 week. They were doing dedications, and one contestant dedicated this song to his mom and dad. He got sent home that week, thankfully, but
Good. Okay, moving on.
yeah, I can't even.
I didn't need that today, so let's move on.
All right, Adam, talk about Mira before while I go wash my mouth out with soap.
She's not winning. And let's move on to Ariana Maddox.
Wait, can I talk about Mira though? She's not. But no, I mean, Carrie Ann kind of slammed her acting, which she's an actress. Really, Carrie Ann? She hates women. I didn't think it looked that great. I thought it was a huge step back for her, and you're right, she ain't winning. Now let's go on to tied for number 1 with Jason. Ariana and Pasha, You Can't Hurry Love.
Bit of a surprise sleeper contestant here. Right?
She's been consistently good.
When was she picked? Like who
4th, but I got everybody I wanted, so
I got nobody I wanted. I wanted Jason, Charity, and Sochi, and I got none of them.
All right. But she mentioned her father who passed away 10 years ago was really into Motown, so she dedicated this week. I thought it was great. She's got a really positive attitude. I didn't notice the lift that Carrie Ann called him out on, but I usually don't. And she's way closer to
How do people fall for it then at this point? Like if they're so like nitpicky about this, wouldn't they like purposefully? I don't know.
I actually noticed, and it might have been happening all season, and I just noticed it, but like Len was always the judge that was a big stickler for the rules, and now that he's gone, unfortunately, God rest his soul, I'm seeing a lot more rule breaking than I have when he was there. So I don't know. Maybe during Len Tribute Week, they'll follow the rules. Because like one of the rules is like in Quick Step, once you're in hold, you have to stay there. I don't remember if it was them or another one, but one of them broke hold in the middle.
That just sounds very not fun. It seems very like constricting. You know, that's not so much you could do when you're
It's ballroom dancing. It's supposed to be constricting.
Whatever. Let's talk about Adrian and Britt.
I want you back.
I was trying to like snap out of time just to annoy Grace.
You're lucky I'm a trained musician.
Oh gosh.
But no, I like that Britt had him do some football workouts. He seems to kind of be bringing that football mentality in here, which I think is actually working in his favor. Because he seems willing to put the work in and do whatever it takes to stay around. He was in the bottom 2 last week. He wasn't this week. It was still kind of sloppy. Like, he really needs to focus on his technique. I've said this every single week. I feel like a broken record. Like, technique, Britt. If you're watching this, which we know you aren't, focus on his technique.
Wasn't there like that SpongeBob joke?
Yes.
Where they just start yelling technique.
Yes.
All right.
Eric, we
Well,
only have 2 more after this.
who's up next? Let's keep it going.
Harry, easy like a Sunday morning. I thought this was their best dance yet. Still nothing to write home about. I was wondering who Pete and Derek serialed that week because he was more critical of this dance than anything else I've ever seen.
I think it was solid. But I think the people that I have the eye on to win are Charity, Jason, and I guess the lady we talked about before. But
Ariana.
Yeah, I don't see Harry anywhere near the finale.
No, but I mean, the thing that and a lot of people have been fearing this. So he's been going viral. His first dance went viral on TikTok. Every time I go on TikTok, I see like either that dance or something with them. And of course, Riley's 18. She's really into TikTok. But a lot of people are shipping Harry and Riley, which I think is weird because they're like 10 years apart in age.
Yeah, that is weird.
I mean, okay, Riley has a boyfriend, but I won't go into that. I won't go into details here. And I'm like fearful that Harry is just gonna Bobby Bones his way into the finale. And I think like ever since that happened, like we all just kind of tread on eggshells around this kind of stuff.
We'll see. But let's round this out. We got Sochi up last with Val.
My guy.
I think she's also going to go deep.
Yeah, somebody on Twitter said she's the whole package. I'm not sure if I would go quite that far. Damn it, Eric! Normally Adam says dumb shit. Anyway,
Grace, come on.
Sochi was tied for number 1 last week with Jason. She was great this week again. Although, given that she's 17 years old, the fact that she's teaching Val all these like millennial sayings, like or Gen Z sayings, like I didn't know what hella riz meant either. But I mean, Sochi danced great. She performed really well. I really like her a lot. And I think she's going to be in the finale.
I do too. Should have picked her. Well, what are you going to do? But that's the episode.
So that's
and I've regretted it ever since. And we lose Tyson here.
Yes.
Who's in the most danger going into next week, Grace?
I'm not really sure because the person who was in the bottom 2 the week before has survived the next week. And this week they didn't even reveal the bottom 2, although I'm thinking it probably was either Harry or Allison, and they were just running out of time because Alfonso and Julianne were given the cards before. And I'm hoping, and hopefully they learned from that time that Tyra read the wrong card. Allegedly. All right.
But yeah, the week ahead, what do we got?
Next week is Disney 100 night, since this is Disney's 100th anniversary.
And we know the songs, right?
Yes. So,
all right. Do we have something from Meet the Robinsons?
Well, I'll answer one of your prayers, Adam. The opening number will be to We Don't Talk About Bruno. Oh, no. So, ABC is actually showing Encanto on Sunday night. And
get out of here, Eric. You gotta like tilt your head like a little like no other way.
Anyway, so Disney is actually showing Encanto on Sunday night, and I told my mom I'm gonna sing every part to that song.
I guess we do talk about Bruno then.
Oh yeah, well, one of the judges' names is Bruno, but we never talk about the judges. Also, they mentioned there's a sweepstakes sponsored by Disney's new movie Wish, which comes out around Thanksgiving.
Are you going to see that? Huh? Grace? Are you going to see that movie?
I'll probably see when it comes out on Disney Plus. I would say I don't like paying for movies, but I pay for Disney Plus, so I don't know. Anyway, but they're calling it the Wishes Come True sweepstakes. It's a chance to win a trip for 4 to the finale in LA. But
Can I
now
enter? I want to do that for the three of us.
it's a trip for 4. So who's our 4th person?
The moon behind Eric. We're gonna.
We're gonna fly out Eric Idle. Yeah, sure, whatever.
All right, anywho. Let's talk about the remaining 11 couples dances, and Eric can react to the music.
All right.
Allison and Sasha will perform a jazz dance to Be Our Guest.
0 out of 10. Next.
Oh, I despise
I'm gonna
that
do this
song.
also. I'm gonna also rank the
All right.
song choice.
Mira and Gleb will perform a waltz to A Dream Is a Wish Your Heart Makes.
1 out of 10.
3 out of 10.
Finally, a song we haven't had before. Sochi and Val will perform a paso to Un Poco Loco.
7 out of 10.
I was gonna say like 5 out of 10.
It's a weird choice for a paso, though, because that song is like the complete opposite of aggressive.
All right, keep going. Wait, is that the only original song on this list?
No.
Okay, keep going.
It's one of the 2 typecasts, though. Ariana and Pasha will perform a contemporary, maybe 3, to Into the Unknown.
8 out of 10.
0 out of 10.
Into the Unknown is better than Let It Go, but Show Yourself is better than Into the Unknown. Anyway,
Wait, what did you say, Eric?
I said 8 out of 10. I like that song.
Oh, keep going.
it's better than Let It Go, right?
Oh, 100%.
But Show Yourself is better than Into the Unknown. Anyway, one that I'm shocked they did not typecast. Lele and Brandon will perform a rumba to Can You Feel the Love Tonight?
2 out of 10.
I don't think we've had that one. We've had like every other Lion King song, though, except for that one.
I like this game, Eric. Let's keep going, Grace. What do we got next?
Charity and Arden will perform a Viennese waltz to Part of Your World, allegedly from the more recent remake of The Little Mermaid, which we don't acknowledge.
0 out of 10.
0 out of 10.
All of the live action remakes for me like are in Bruno territory. We just no.
Well, actually, no. I'm gonna give it a 2 out of 10. But next.
Jason and Daniela will perform a foxtrot to A Whole New World.
2 out of 10.
0 out of. These are just songs I've heard like 100 times. Come on.
Yeah.
I know, like that's why fans are over Disney Night, because we get the same songs over and over again. Adrian and Britt will perform a Viennese waltz to Baby Mine.
Which is from what? I forget.
Dumbo.
Oh, 0 out of 10.
I don't know that song, so I'm gonna go with question mark.
Harry and Riley will perform a quick step to You've Got a Friend in Me.
Negative 30 out of 10. You can't. I hate that song. I'm at this point in my life where I actively hate
Is it being sung by Randy Newman?
I doubt it. But wait, does that mean I can't wear my Pizza Planet shirt next week?
Oh,
If
that's
it's
from
not
my
being
ears.
sung by Randy Newman, 0 out of 10. If it's being sung by Randy Newman, 11 out of 10.
Are we going to dress
Adam,
up, by the way, for a Halloween episode?
No. Next.
Wait, Adam, what were you saying before? Oh, yeah, you got to get your ears.
I do have to get my ears. I have
Even
to.
if they're the Baby Yoda ones, I honestly don't care.
I have my ears here. I'll have to like find something. Go on.
All right, I have 2 left. Barry and Pete will perform a jazz to He's a Tramp.
10 out of 10.
I don't know.
It's from Lady and the Tramp, which I actually just watched like a few weeks ago. I want a Bella Notte dance. I wanted that after that. And finally, probably the one I'm most excited about, Mauricio and Emma will perform a Paso Doble to The Sorcerer's Apprentice from Fantasia.
Question mark out of 10.
10 out of 10.
You've never seen Fantasia?
Nope.
Gasp.
Gasp. Dramatic gasp.
Gasp.
Okay, after this, I'm going to send you a link to the Sorcerer's Apprentice segment of Fantasia, because it is the best part of that. Actually, that segment is the reason Fantasia ever became a thing.
But I thought afterwards was the shoot party.
We shoot every week. Also, we know that week 5 is Most Memorable Year / Len Goodman Tribute Night, meaning there is a box of Kleenex off to my right that I can't reach, that I might have to move closer.
You're going to have to pull like an Elastigirl and just like whoosh.
I'm not Elastigirl. But apparently there are going to be several former pros and contestants coming back to pay their respects to our former head judge. And there was actually a video montage on Strictly, and I was just like, So this is probably going to be worse than that.
Eric, I can't with the moon behind you. We're talking about something serious, and I just have to look at that face. And by the way, I said this before we went live. I unironically like the Figment ride. Send your hate mail. Bring it on. It's a good ride.
Which is hilarious because when we went to Hershey Park, we couldn't get Adam to go on anything.
Well,
I went on the train.
the Figment ride is literally, as far as forces go, there are none. But as far as Nightmare Fuel goes, it's probably the scariest ride in the park.
Because of the moon.
The moon. There are lots of things besides the moon. I mean, the moon.
I love Epcot. Epcot is my favorite theme park in the world.
I just Googled Disney Zoom background. Because like some of the pictures aren't like cropped right. Anywho, we've gone off the rails. We're done talking. So do we want to sign off now?
Yeah, I'm good with that. You can follow us all on Threads. Twitter is down right now, so if you haven't joined Threads, now is a good time to do so. Literally, Twitter is down right now. While we're recording this, Twitter broke. So yeah, join Threads. Happier, less terrible place to be right now. So follow us there. Links in the description. And until next week, where I will be back and I will be watching all the Disney Night performances, unlike this week, because Disney Night, I mean, despite the fact that the song choices all sounded pretty like boring and
they're terrible. Overall, I give it like a 3 out of 10.
Yeah, well, I would average it like a 3 out of 10 as well. But for a couple of good ones in there, so I'll be enjoying that.
I'm kind of excited we get Un Poco Loco. I just don't like it for a paso because there is nothing aggressive about that song.
What if it was like flipped as if it was written by the villain of that movie?
Which it was.
No, but like
it wasn't written by the villain of the movie.
They made it like a villain song.
It was written by the hero of a movie, I thought. But anyway.
No, he wrote "Remember Me," which they've done a bunch of times.
I just hope we get another dramatic gasp from Grace next week. It's really all I'm hoping for.
I can't believe you've never seen Fantasia.
I wanna shoot, shoot, shoot. This is me segueing.
Hey, everybody.